I have my air conditioning installed. I'll show you up here on the top. Here is the Dometic Brisk Air 2 13,500 BTU. It's mounted up on the top. Make sure, as I did, that it was braced for an AC inside in the framing of the air trailer. And I needed at least 2 inches, is what 1.5 to 2 inches in depth, ceiling depth, which I made sure I had with furring out, as the previous video showed, to give me some more ceiling thickness. Insulation, and this is installed without the ADB, which is the pretty panel and the vents that go to distribute the cold air. Got my lights installed. Here is good. We're going to paint the ceiling, but I've got the other lights dangling right now, and the light switches there, because I am actually connecting everything currently to my PD4045 distribution panel. I'm going to have a friend come over later to make sure that it's all wired correctly before I put the insulation in the walls and the boards up. And it's going to go right here in between the panel. It's going to go right here in between the two blue tape lines, and so I'm just wiring it up. A lot of questions about the PD45, especially when we're talking about the need for the converter to have power. And so what I'm doing is I do have 4 breakers. I have they're all tandem breakers. The other 3 are here on the floor waiting. And so I've got a 30 amp for my supply, and then a 15 amp that is actually running the converter. So here I've got the 30 amp coming in from the supply from my 10 gauge wire. The black wire, so from the converter you have a green wire, a white wire, and a black wire. The black wire is the power, white's neutral, green is ground. And as you come over here to the right side, you get your neutral bus bar on the front and your ground bus bar on the back. And so, let's see, so then they come over. I've got it came wired with the white on the neutral and the green wire on the ground. And then I brought over and plugged in the converter into the 15 amp breaker. And so now I'm going to install 3 20 amp breakers, because everything is wired with 12 gauge Romex, and so everything will be able to be 20 amps. And so I'll wire each of my branches here coming through down here at the bottom. I'll have the ground go to the background bus bar, and the white or neutral come up to the front bus bar, and then the black going up into each of the branch lines, black wire going up into the breaker. Over here in the middle is my DC line, so I just explained my AC line. DC line is in the middle, converter left, DC middle, AC on the right. The red wires are 2 30 amp fuse slots, and then the rest are black with up to 15 amp branches. There's also these 30 amp breakers or fuses up here, and options for having a cutoff switch in the battery. So I'm going to keep going, and I'll show you as I go and what it will look like when I'm done.